There are places on Earth where you can be arrested for getting too close. Islands where humans are forbidden to set foot, and underground facilities built to keep entire governments alive after a catastrophe. Area 51 may be famous for secrecy, but it is far from the only place where the public is kept at a distance. In fact, some locations are so restricted, isolated, or classified that Area 51 almost looks ordinary. At number 10 is Surtsey, Iceland. From a distance, it looks like nothing more than a small volcanic island rising from the North Atlantic. But Surtsey is one of the most carefully protected pieces of land on Earth. It was created by volcanic eruptions between 1963 and 1967, and scientists have been watching it ever since as a natural laboratory. The strange part is what you're not allowed to do there. Visitors are prohibited from going ashore or diving near the island. The goal is to keep humans from introducing organisms, disturbing the soil, or changing the ecosystem. Scientists have watched plants, birds, fungi, and insects colonize the island naturally. Surtsey is essentially a biological experiment that has been running for more than half a century, and almost nobody is allowed inside. At number 9 is Heard Island. Thousands of kilometers from mainland Australia sits one of the most remote islands on the planet. Heard Island is dominated by Big Ben, an enormous active volcano surrounded by glaciers and almost untouched wilderness. But reaching it isn't simply a matter of booking a flight. Anyone wanting to enter the territory must obtain a permit, and activities are heavily regulated to protect its environment. There are no normal tourist facilities waiting for you. The isolation is so extreme that even getting there becomes an expedition. At number 8 is the Svalbard Global Seed Vault. Hidden inside a mountain in the Arctic is a facility designed to protect something far more valuable than gold: the world's agricultural genetic diversity. More than 1 million seed samples are stored there, representing thousands of plant species. The storage chambers sit deep inside solid rock, while artificial cooling keeps the seeds at around -18 degrees Celsius. And the public doesn't simply walk inside. Access to the actual vault is restricted to authorized personnel. But the most fascinating part is its purpose. The vault isn't designed for tourists, governments, or collectors. It exists as a backup for seed collections around the world, essentially a biological insurance policy for humanity. At number 7 is Diego Garcia. Somewhere in the middle of the Indian Ocean is a tropical coral atoll that looks like paradise from above. But this island is also home to a major military facility. Access is restricted to official visitors and mission-essential personnel, and travelers require specific clearance. Ordinary tourism isn't an option. What makes Diego Garcia especially unusual is the contrast. Palm trees, turquoise water, coral reefs, and behind them, a highly controlled military installation supporting operations across the region. At number 6 is Pine Gap in Australia. Hidden in the desert near Alice Springs is the Joint Defense Facility Pine Gap, operated jointly by Australia and the United States. From the outside, you can see the distinctive antenna structures rising from the landscape. But what happens inside is another story. Australian government documents state that activities at Pine Gap are highly classified. The facility plays an important role in intelligence cooperation between Australia, the United States, and their Five Eyes partners. Unlike Area 51, Pine Gap isn't famous for testing mysterious aircraft. Its secrecy is tied to something much more real: intelligence. At number 5 is Mount Weather. Deep beneath a mountain in Virginia is a facility connected to one of the darkest possibilities imaginable. What happens if the United States government is suddenly unable to operate normally? Mount Weather became part of America's Cold War continuity planning. Its existence remained highly secret for decades, until a 1974 plane crash near the mountain brought unexpected attention to the facility. Today, the location is publicly known, but much of what happens inside remains restricted. At number 4 is Raven Rock Mountain Complex. Known as Site R, this facility was built deep inside a mountain in Pennsylvania during the Cold War. The idea was terrifyingly simple. If a catastrophic attack destroyed Washington, essential military operations would still need somewhere to continue. Raven Rock was designed for continuity of operations and remains a restricted U.S. government facility. Official Defense Department documents identify its role in supporting mission-essential functions during emergencies. An entire command facility hidden inside a mountain, built not to win a war, but to make sure the government could survive one. At number 3 is North Sentinel Island. This might be the closest thing on Earth to a real-life forbidden island. North Sentinel lies in India's Andaman and Nicobar Islands, but its isolation is protected by law. The entire island and the surrounding 5 kilometers of coastal waters are designated as a tribal reserve. The Sentinelese have remained isolated from the outside world, and the Indian government follows an eyes-on and hands-off policy designed to protect them. You don't visit this island, you don't explore it, and you don't simply sail up to the beach. The mystery isn't what's hidden underground or behind a security fence. It's an entire human society that has chosen and is legally protected in maintaining its distance from the modern world. At number 2 is a place where secrecy isn't just about keeping people out. It's about keeping something hidden beneath the ocean of information. RAF Minwith Hill in the United Kingdom is a major intelligence facility covered by enormous white radamomes. From the outside, the strange structures are impossible to miss, but the information gathered and processed there is far less visible. It is part of the wider intelligence infrastructure shared between Britain and the United States, making it one of the most significant and least understood intelligence sites on British soil. And then we reach number 1. The most secretive places aren't always the ones surrounded by the highest fences. Sometimes the strongest security system is simply the environment itself. Deep in the Indian Ocean, far from normal travel routes, lies a place where access is controlled by governments, geography, military restrictions, and sheer isolation. And unlike Area 51, there isn't even a road leading curious visitors toward its perimeter. These locations reveal something more interesting than any conspiracy ever could. The world doesn't need aliens to create mysteries. Real governments operate facilities whose missions remain classified. Real islands are protected from human contact. Real mountains contain hardened command centers. And in some corners of the planet, nature itself has become the ultimate security system. Area 51 may be the world's most famous secret location, but it isn't the only one. If you enjoyed this journey into the world's hidden places, like the video, subscribe to World 404 and turn on notifications, because there are still places on Earth that most of us will never see.